And you are live.
Welcome to the March meeting of the Committee on Academic and Student Affairs. Let's do the roll call.
Chair Ira Bloom.
Present.
Regent Bud.
Here.
Regent Howry.
Here.
And Richard Porth.
Here.
We have I apologize. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay, first item, we have two consent items. I'm sorry, approval of the minutes. I don't want to neglect the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the February meeting?
I so move.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion of the minutes? Okay. All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes approved unanimously. Okay. Consent item for two discontinuations. The first is aviation science flight from Naugatuck Valley. Is there a motion?
I so move.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any opposed? Approved unanimously. Second is aviation science management option, AS from Naugatuck Valley. Is there a motion?
So
I
moved.
so move. Second.
Second, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Action item, okay. First is the modification of instructional delivery. The first item is the medical laboratory technician AS from Quinnipiac Valley. Ken, do you want to discuss this?
Yes, thank you, Regent Bloom. Quinnipiac Valley Community College seeks approval for a change in instructional modality, namely the addition of hybrid and online modalities to the existing on-ground modality in a program medical laboratory technician leading to an Associate of Science. This change will allow for maximum flexibility in scheduling options necessary to market to diverse populations and to provide an opportunity to increase enrollment. Professor Shishumi QVCC's program coordinator will speak to the proposal and answer questions.
Yes, thank you, Ken. So really, we're looking at a methodology of expanding the scope of this program to reach other students in other disparate parts of the state. For example, we have students in the northwest corner of Connecticut, in the Northwest Community College area that are interested in our program, but you know, that's a good 70, 80-minute drive at least, or maybe even more to the college. Students are not going to make that drive. So we're trying to figure out a way, how can we offer this program to students throughout the state using some sort of online or hybrid methodology. We actually talked to our regulatory accrediting agency and they are fine with our plan. Our only obstacle is really how do we do the on-ground labs. So we actually are developing an ancillary educational site system using hospital labs as training centers for our laboratory parts of our courses, and with stationing some sort of adjunct or some sort of per diem instructor in those hospital labs on the nights that they need to do that. We're actually want to beta test this at Charlotte Hungerford Hospital and Northwest Community College. And we were hoping to do it this fall. I'm not sure it's going to happen because we have approvals that we have to get from our regulatory ABHES accrediting agency, but this is a plan for the future to expand the program and increase enrollment. Does anybody have any questions on that?
I think we need a motion.
Yes, motion to approve.
Move.
Second. Any comments, questions?
Just quickly, wanted to thank you for being innovative in how you look at this program to bring it to students in other parts of the state. So thank you for your work on this.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next action item, social work, Masters of Social Work from Southern Connecticut State. Same issue, modification of instructional modality. Let's put it on the table. Motion to put it on the table.
So move.
Second.
Second.
Discussion? Ken, any,
Well, Regent Bloom, I don't see anybody from Southern here to represent this proposal. So I'm going to recommend that without somebody here from Southern to speak to it, we at least table it till later in the agenda or table it entirely until the next ASA meeting.
at the moment, let's table it till later in the agenda to see if
Okay.
anybody comes up. Okay,
Great, thank you.
thank you. Okay. The second Connecticut State refund and withdrawal policy amendment. Is there a motion to put it on the table?
I so move.
Second,
I'll second it.
Usually we
Comments?
read the resolution. Can you read the resolution that we're putting on the table?
Sure, I can introduce it, Regent Bud, and then we can
Good,
do the
thank you.
resolution. So the Connecticut Community Colleges seek approval of a modification to the refund and course withdrawal policy. This revision corrects a discrepancy in the policy that made it possible for students in abbreviated terms to have a longer period of time to add a course than students in full-term courses. And this is meant to correct that discrepancy, which is in the resolution, I believe. Dr. Gail Barrett will speak to the proposed revision and answer any questions from committee members. Dr. Barrett.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. So we have had the policy in place since summer of 2021. And in reviewing the policy, we realized that we did make a slight miscalculation as far as how we were looking at abbreviated terms versus full course terms. Essentially, for full course terms, we looked at 7 calendar days as the last day to add a course. And we looked more at percentages for abbreviated terms because, as you know, our length of abbreviated terms, summer session, winter session, et cetera, vary widely. So there wasn't a date, it wasn't a way to put a specific end mark on it at the time. And in reviewing the policy, we really want to take a look at that. So we're not giving students with an abbreviated term a longer time to add a course than a student in a full term. So on page 34 of your agenda, you will notice highlighted in yellow the very brief addition to the policy under refund for abbreviated terms. We are merely adding a sentence under, and I'm looking at my notes as I'm looking at this, under students may drop a course through 20% of the abbreviated term length. Courses dropped during this period will not prevent a transcript. And this is the part that we've amended. Courses can only be added up to the first 10% of the abbreviated term length, but not to exceed 7 calendar days. And so again, to really align that with full term coursework. So it's a very small amendment, but one we think is very important to make sure the policy is applied in a fair way across all term lengths. And I'm happy to entertain any questions you may have about that amendment.
If I may, how long is the shortest term length that we have?
The shortest term length could be a 5-week term, so it could be, a 35 calendar day term. Winter terms obviously are shorter than that, but summer sessions could be 5 weeks.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Okay, then we'll move forward. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Mhm.
Okay, next one is Connecticut State Community College aligned curriculum. We've seen this several times before. Is there a motion to put it on the table?
Motion. I so move. All right,
Second,
Second.
your turn.
comments? Questions? No comments, no questions?
I would just make, this is becoming standard practice, but I would make the comment that we really give recognition to the team that puts all this work together. And Fran is here to thank for leading that effort. Can't say enough, just the lift that this has been and the amount of work that's been devoted to this.
I think we all agree it's extraordinary. Just extraordinary. It looks like you're at the end because it's much shorter list.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I did just want to thank you for that and good morning, everyone. I did want to draw your attention. I added a new document to the staff report. It's a 2-page summary of the timeline that we are following. And so it shows the work we've completed so far and what we've got ahead over the next few months. And that will just give you a sense of the number of programs we hope to bring forward to this committee over the next 3 or 4 months from now until June. Obviously, they're estimates at this point, but we should be able to stick pretty close to what's here. So, but today we have 39 degrees and certificates, and I'm happy to take any questions if you have them.
What do you have left on the table? Given the approval, I would think that everybody is enthused to get this completed.
Yes, we are. So if you remember, we started with 1,000 different degrees and certificates. We are, I think, over 250. No, I think we'll be about 250 when we finish, and I think we're about halfway there. But there is a lag time. So the Align Program Review Committee will actually finish, I think, reviewing just about all of the degrees and certificates. There might be a couple stragglers at this afternoon's meeting. We've got that last batch, but then they have to go out for that endorsement period for a month. So you won't actually see those until June. The ones you're seeing now, APRC actually reviewed back in October and November. So it's a length, as I said many times, it's a lengthy process, but eventually we're going to get them all to you.
Any other comments or questions?
Just an amazing amount of work. Thank you
It
for
is amazing,
staying
yeah.
on top of it, and that the finish line is in sight is amazing.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I'm
Opposed? Motion carries. So carry on. Okay, honorary degrees, page 147. Is there a motion to approve the honorary degrees?
I so move.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Comments? We should congratulate the recipients of the honorary degrees. Thank you. Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Can I ask you, did I read, I was looking for it here. I think Eastern is giving the author of the composer and writer of the Hamilton, Manuel Lynn, how is he connected to Eastern or our system? I wasn't Eastern, Central, excuse me. Central. How is he connected? Does anyone know?
I don't know, Regent Bud. It's a good question. It's a good.
I wondered, I mean, he's an obvious talent, extraordinary talent. I just wondered, maybe he grew up in New Britain or something. I'm not sure. I wondered if that was true. Does an honoree have to accept and appear? Will he be appearing to receive this degree?
Should.
Nobody knows.
Aviva, generally speaking, the policy for honorary degrees is that the Board of Regents will make the award on site at the commencement ceremony. But during COVID, we've made provisions for recording those presentations and playing them virtually at the ceremony.
I see.
I don't know what Central's process is going to be for Lin-Manuel Miranda. So we'll see.
But there is some acceptance, whether virtual or in person. There is an acceptance.
Yes.
You get hooded. I mean, as
Yeah.
a honorary doctorate. So there is a hooding ceremony and
Yeah,
and words to be spoken.
it's interesting.
Regent, can you hear me, Regent Bud?
Yes,
It's Pat. Actually, if you read the documentation, the theater department or the students in the theater department nominated Lin-Manuel
Yes.
Miranda, and he's also a graduate of Wesleyan in Middletown.
Wesleyan.
That's where
Okay.
he got his start. Yeah.
I didn't see the Wesleyan. I saw the theater department.
No, I only know because I know a lot about him as far as his history.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you indeed. Okay. Any other comments or questions? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Honorary degree motion carries. Promotions and tenures. CSCU and Western. I'm sorry, promotions and tenures from Western. Page 167 and one. We have one item. Is there a motion to approve, to put it on, to move it?
I move.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Then we have informational items. The Emeriti.
If I could, Regent Bloom, we now have people from Southern who can speak to
Yeah, it was gonna-
item 3A2 on the
3A.
agenda.
Okay. Let us then go back and put on the table the 3A2, the social work master's modification of instructional modality. So is there a motion to put it on the table, to lay it back on the table?
So moved.
Second.
Second, okay. Provost?
Thank you, Regent Bloom. Southern Connecticut State University seeks approval for a change in instructional modality, namely the addition of hybrid and online modality to the existing on-ground modality in a program social work, leading to a Master of Social Work. When offered a choice of modalities during the current 21-22 academic year, students overwhelmingly selected either a combination of online and on-ground classes or all online classes. Given that feedback, the social work department plans to retain the current on-ground modality for those students who prefer on-ground learning, while adding both a combined online and on-ground modality and an online modality. Provost Bob Prezant will speak to the proposal and introduce colleagues as needed to comment and answer questions. Provost Prezant.
Thank you, Ken. I apologize for the delay. It was very frustrating. I was watching, but could not get in. So wrong buttons.
Yeah.
Thank
Welcome
you
in,
again
welcome
for
in
letting
anyway.
us in. This is a very straight effort to change modalities from solely on ground to both hybrid and fully online. Ken, I don't see if Dean Bulmer is here.
I don't see her either, Bob, and I did resend her the link, but I don't see her here.
That's okay. I can speak to this. Again, it's quite straightforward. This is merely accommodating the students who are often working professionals. They have jobs during the day, 9 to 5, and we are trying to expand our reach to accommodate the students who want to be in this important master's program and allow them to take it. One thing I should point out, no matter what modality they are in, they are still going to be required to complete their field practice, about 1,100 hours of field practice that will be on the ground, but the instructional components will now be online, hybrid, and on ground, so they'll have the full complement of options.
Thank you. Questions, comments? Are there other MSW programs in the state that offer the same offered in the same way? Do we know?
This is a moment where I would need the dean, but I think we are I think we will have the biggest range of offerings in terms of modalities, but I'm going to have to double check to make sure I'm correct on that. Sorry.
And I will just say there is no such program with modalities in the system institutions.
Yeah.
Any other comments or questions? So we can move to a vote on the item. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you very much. Okay. We're going to return now. We were at the informational items, the emeriti. So that's item 4A. I just want to be clear, is there a motion to approve?
Regent Bloom, these are not action items.
These are not action items. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're informational items. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah,
So
no
we
need to take action on these.
we should congratulate the faculty members involved in having served for this longer period of time. So, sabbaticals. Okay, you may remember at the last meeting, there was a question about the terms of the sabbaticals for not the people, but the period of time the people would be on sabbatical. This is now corrected in this edition, so we can, I think, receive it and accept it as it is now. Provost, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so Central has fixed it up, as it were. Okay. So that, again, this is informational. And then we have below the threshold items on the list. Any comments on the below the threshold items? Okay, so duly recorded. Any items for the good and, I'm sorry, last item. No, sorry, we have any comments for the good and welfare of the cause, the overall cause? Guess seeing no comments, this seems like an extraordinarily short meeting, but
We'll take it.
we'll take it. Yes.
A rarity.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
I think Regent Bud has moved and
Moved and seconded. It's been seconded. All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? We should record that the meeting ended before 10 a.m.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's a tribute to the members of the committee. So thank you all.
Thanks all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank everybody.
Your live stream is stopped.